Hello, everyone. My name is Adam Williams. I am very lucky to be joined today by one Jason Thomas. You know him, you love him, you like reading and listening to what he has to say about all things Charlotte, especially as it relates to urban Charlotte and all things development. We are doing another slice of our Friday hot takes. Today, we're going to take a little bit of time and cover a few things that are on our mind. Maybe they're on your mind, maybe they're not. So we'll just see. Jason, why don't we start off with the topic that I love hearing from people all the time is, can you have too many breweries? Mm-hmm. Every time a new brewery gets announced in the comment section, the first person that jumps on their keyboard is like, oh, just what we needed, another brewery. So I figured we'd start there. Give me your hot take on breweries.
I personally think you can have too many bad breweries. I think it just depends on the quality. I mean, you look at a place like Asheville where there's way less people, but they have just as many, if not more, breweries. And it does find there. And granted, they have the visitor aspect that we don't have, but I think it's a lot of quality over quantity. So I don't think you can have too many as long as they're good. I know a lot of the new ones, to me at least, have started really hot out of the gate and are very good. I really like Lower Left and Devil's Logic and Petty Thieves, for example.
Have not been to Petty Thieves yet. That's on my list.
The space is amazing. It's honestly like Hogwarts in a brewery form. But I think if you're going to come out of the gate like that, really strong and have really good product from the get-go, I think you can't have too many. It's just when they're not good, it seems like there's too many because you go there and they don't offer anything new. Their space is lackluster or whatever the case may be. So I think there's a line.
So I don't disagree with what you said, but I'm going to take a little bit different of a spin on it. I think that breweries now are just the nouveau neighborhood bar. Like the days of us getting the next Sierra Nevada, the next New Belgium, even the next OMB are probably that's kind of a 1 in a million shot. Now, maybe not 1 in a million, but that's a long shot now because there is just, they're everywhere. They've reached kind of a saturation point. But I believe that since the barrier to entry is somewhat low to this, that I think that we're going to keep seeing a lot of breweries. I for one, love going and checking out breweries. I love how a lot of times they incorporate a lot of outdoor space. I can't drink as much beer as I used to. Not that I drink less alcohol than I used to, but I just, the type of beers that I like fill me up. So I can't sit there and drink them all day. But I think that is certainly something that we're not going to see change. And I think that it's just kind of taken the place of your neighborhood dive bar. And then one other thing, I mean, we talk about how there are too many breweries. I mean, I encourage you to go out to the suburbs and tell me that there's too many breweries, because it still hasn't, at least in Charlotte, hasn't hit nearly the critical mass like it has in kind of the urban core.
No, and I think you're right in the aspect of you can't think of it as a new brewery's opening. It's more or less a new bar's opening that happens to make their own product.
Yeah, I think that if I were going to start one today, which I'm not, but if I were going to, I would be very, very careful to find my kind of competitive edge and to find my blue water. Like everybody, if you can't make a good IPA today, then you probably shouldn't be starting a brewery, right? Like that, a lot of people can kind of do that, right? But offering some really killer food, offering to your point on Petty Thieves, a really spectacular place to hang out. You better have something in your back pocket. Like Devil's Logic is a great example. They just opened in a big gap, right? There's not a cool place to hang out in between Uptown and really Myers Park in that little stretch. Right. And Earl's Grocery is a phenomenal place. You're not going to go and hang out there, at least at night. So I think that they just found a sweet spot. So
agreed.
I don't know necessarily, in my opinion, there's too many breweries, but obviously it's a hot tagline.